Let's now decode Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech on the 77th Independence Day from the ramparts of the historic Red Fort. Prime Minister Modi stressed on the factors that are behind India's rise. In his 10th consecutive Independence Day message, Indian Prime Minister conveyed a message to the youth emphasizing on the 3 Ds, which are democracy, demography and diversity. Prime Minister Modi said that democracy, demography and diversity have the potential to realize all the dreams of the country. Now, with a population of 140 crores, India already has the highest population in the world. With close to 100 crore voters, India is the largest democracy in the world. And India's median age is around 28 years, which makes India a nation of young people, giving it a massive demographic advantage. And finally, diversity, a reference to hundreds of languages, cultures, religions and ethnicities that makes up the population of India. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi also highlighted the hurdles that could pose a challenge to India's growth. And there are 3 hurdles that the Prime Minister listed, which are corruption, dynasty and appeasement. Well, he listed 3 evils, like I mentioned, that are corruption, dynasty and appeasement. The Prime Minister said that some parties follow dynastic politics, where the party is of the family, by the family and for the family. Further asserting that we need to launch a campaign against corruption and how appeasement politics has murdered social justice in the country in today's time. Well, for more on Independence Day festivities, WION's principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal sends us this report from the Indian national capital, New Delhi. Take a look.
There were 2 key aspects of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's address from the ramparts of the Red Fort, the international dimension and the domestic dimension. In terms of the international dimension, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi talked about the role India plays at a time of great geopolitical flux and how India is the voice of the global south. There were references to the G20 as well. India is chair of the G20 grouping and will be hosting the summit next month. In terms of domestic, the focus was the policies of his government. He also mentioned Manipur, the situation in the state and how, of course, this is something that, of course, he pointed out is being taken care of and how peace is returning. But essentially, he pointed out to the ills in the society as well, pointing out how corruption needs to be removed from the country and strong action needs to be taken. But essentially, the speech of the Prime Minister from the ramparts of the Red Fort is seen as a vision statement that he lays out for the country for the next 1 year as to where the country needs to go and the role the country, India, plays in terms of the international aspect. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Siddhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.